Hello, my darling. As you can tell from the title, today is going to be a little bit of a life update just because there's been some stuff happening around and I did say that I'm going to keep you guys updated. So let's jump into it. First and foremost, Sophie's situation has been a little bit of a up and down roller coaster. We have spent so much time and money the past few months, but in particular the last 2 weeks, and last week was really bad. She's gotten very sick all of a sudden, to the point where we did her blood test, her usual blood test, to see how things are going, and her liver is just not doing great. And it was so terrible that the actual results, like the machine couldn't even fucking pick it up and give us a number anymore. So they just kind of gave us a heads up that she is not doing well. She has turned extremely yellow as well on top of it. So we kind of already knew that it was not okay. And then my usual, like regular vet said to us that we probably should take her to a specialist. So there is a specialist at Underwood called Cat Special Services, I think. So if you have a cat and they got some issues and you just can't figure out what it is, that seems to be the place to go to. So we took her there, and after her procedure, she was so fucking sick that she shat herself in the middle of the night while she was asleep. It was terrible because the whole bed was covered in this like mucousy, runny diarrhea, and it was terrible. And she was covered in it too because she was asleep when it happened. So then this happened at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we had to trying to give her a shower. We don't have any like cat shampoo or any of that shit because it's like they're usually healthy cats and they clean themselves, right? They're not disabled or anything, so we don't need to wash them or shower them. But now we would have really appreciated it, but we didn't have it, and I was too scared to use human shampoo on her, so I just kind of cleaned her off with just plain water. And while it did a little bit of something, she smelled so bad afterwards. But anyway, we got her cleaned up. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was due to the fact that she was just still very out of it all because of the procedure or what have you, but she just kept shitting herself even as she was walking and just sitting down and stuff. So there was a couple of really rough days of me feeling really bad because I don't know what to do. I actually got to the point where I'm like, am I just being selfish and I'm keeping her around and watching her turn into this? I'm like, it's not good for her, it's not good for us. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But we are just waiting on the test, or we got the test on Sunday afternoon. So it's actually not her liver, it's her gallbladder that's got a pretty bad infection, and because of the gallbladder, it kind of radiates out to her liver and her digestive system and everything. So she is on antibiotics that should be targeting those infections. So one of them is E. coli. She's got E. coli, and then the other one is whatever, I can't even fucking pronounce it. I don't know what it is. It's just a bacteria. So she's going to be on those antibiotics. She's also really low on B12, so she's going to be getting weekly B12 shots for a few weeks, and then after that hopefully we can put her onto just some supplementation. Now that's something I don't know if she's gonna have to stay on for the rest of her life, or that's something that once her levels are up we can stop. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because of the vet bills, so Sophie's vet bills for the past 3 months now came up to about $15,000 that we have spent on. I can already hear some of you guys asking, but don't you have pet insurance? No, we don't have pet insurance, and the reason for that is because they are indoors only, and we had them for 13 years and never had to get anything done. So I would have paid 13 years worth of pet insurance and never use it. So the yearly checkup every now and then or whatever, to us it just did not worth getting. We knew that sooner or later, due to old age, something's gonna come up. So that's why we always had some money in the savings account in case something happens. We know how expensive it can be. Being said, $15,000 within 3 months is very hefty, and my savings account in particular have gone down a lot. Like, I don't have a whole lot left in there. So since I am on leave for another 2 months, and I am on leave with half pay, so my half pay only covers the mortgage, a couple of other bills, and then our weekly grocery shopping and shit like that, and then that's me done. There's not a whole lot of room to spend anything extra. So, and also on top of it, my health stuff that was happening, like the ultrasound scans and tests and stuff that I had to go for, that was out of pocket things as well. So the past month or so, there's just been a lot of expenses going out, and I'm not getting as much as usual in. So I applied for a few different jobs as a casual, just to build that savings up a little bit, because I don't want to be left with no savings whatsoever. Now, we do have another savings on the side that if we must touch it, we can. But that savings is literally there in case something was to happen to Garrick or I, and shit got really fucked. So that's, we try not to touch that unless we absolutely have to. I did have an interview last week, which unfortunately had to reschedule / cancel because that was the following day of her procedure, and she was really, really sick. And the night before, like her shitting into the bed and all that, we had such a terrible sleep and all that, that I was like, I am in no shape or form of going in for an interview. So I called them early in the morning and let them know that what was happening, and I'm really sorry, but if I could have the opportunity to go for another interview, I would really appreciate it. So they said I could possibly have one this week. They haven't got back to me on what day or time, so we will see. I might have blown it. I'm not 100% sure, but look, everything happens for a reason, so it is what it is. It's my health. In case you didn't see my short post or whatever, is all my tests came back. I don't have bowel cancer. I am not losing blood through my shit either, which is great. The ultrasound have shown that my left ovary has a cyst in it, which is 2.5 centimeters in size. My GP is not concerned at this stage. We will keep an eye on it. This is something that I have had previously quite a few times. We just need to keep an eye on it to see if it's going to continue to grow or if it will burst by itself at some stage. I had 3 cysts burst, and it is excruciating pain. It is really fucking bad. Not to mention the amount of blood and just pussy shit that comes out with it. As bad as it is, if it could just do it by itself, I would much more prefer it that way than it growing and then me having to have a surgery for it. I have had to have a surgery to get one removed. On top of everything, the scan did show that my endometriosis definitely has flared up, because my left ovary is attached to my bowel and my rectum, and things are just not moving as freely as they should. In case you don't know what endometriosis is this endometrium line, which usually it grows inside your uterus. And then when you don't get pregnant, that is what it sheds out, that's your period. This lining, it appears outside of the uterus. So in your cavities of like, so not inside the uterus, but inside the body of the cavity. So, and since it's like this thick, sticky blood, it makes your organs stick together. So it becomes extremely painful when your organs can't move around freely like they meant to, because they stick to one another. It kind of becomes first uncomfortable, later painful, and then later on, if it's really bad, excruciating pain. Now, some people think that endometriosis just kind of stays down in that lower section of the body. It's not true. They have actually found them even in some girls' lungs and heart. So for whatever fucking reason, as far as I'm concerned, it's still genetics. It just does it. It is what it is. My GP recommended me having another laparoscopy to clear the endometriosis out, just so I'm not getting that much pain even when I don't have my period. However, I have had 3 of them so far, and while it did give me a bit of a relief afterwards, the scarring from the surgery itself on the inside is also causing pain. I can have surgery to fix my endometriosis and that pain, but then that surgery in return then causes scarring and then gives me pain. So it's like one of those things that, what do? I'm not gonna have another surgery at this stage in my life, just because it requires me to go under general anesthetic. And I know the risks of going under, and quite frankly, right now, I just feel like that the risks outweigh the results that I would want. So as of right now, I'm happy not having surgery and just trying to manage my pain by myself as much as possible. If you're in Brisbane and you have endo, or you suspect that you have endo and you need someone to take you seriously, Dr. Tia Bowler is one of the best ones you will find. I'll put her name up here and the clinic that she works in case you want to look her up yourself. Now, she is not cheap, but I think, in my opinion, she's worth every penny. She has been an enormous help to get things sorted out and then get things fixed once I've gone through my surgery, and how can I naturally at home look after myself and minimize the effects of endometriosis. All in all, I am doing okay. Nothing out of the ordinary really happened. So at least these are things that I have had in the past and I'm aware of, and I know how to deal with them. On topic of content creation, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. So I'm trying to get at least 1 YouTube video out per week. I would like to do 2, but there's just so much goes into editing and also just everything that has been happening here at home that I just haven't quite been able to commit to the 2 videos per week. So right now I'm sticking with the 1, and if for whatever reason I've got enough time and energy and whatever to do a second one, then I'll do a second one. As to what to do, I'm still a little bit undecided, or I'm not sure, just because there is quite a few topics that I really do enjoy. So brain injury rehab is definitely one of them. I'm extremely passionate about that, and I will do a completely separate video on why I am so passionate about it, because that's a question that kind of came up on my TikTok live that I did as well. And then I do believe that we don't need to live an extremely extravagant life to have a meaningful and beautiful life. And if I could teach people how to do that, or show you guys how I do that personally, I think that would be really cool as well. I do a lot of the stuff myself at home. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I do cut my own hair. You know, I do my own makeup, I do my own nails, I give myself my own facials, you know, like pedicures and stuff like that. I believe in doing it at home yourself if you can. Not only is it cost efficient, but I feel like there's a bit of a pride and just relaxation in it as well. So if I could make some videos around that as well, how I do it, and then maybe teach some of you how it's done, then that would be awesome too. I also want to do a bit of a podcast situation where there's topics in my life that keeps popping up, you know, when me and Garrick, my husband, talk, or my friends and family when we catch up, and there's certain topics constantly pop up, and I just kind of want to give you guys my view on things. I think that would be really cool too. I don't know what I'm gonna call it just yet, but there will be something. In my head, I feel like maybe one day it would be nice to have some people to not necessarily interview, but to have a chat with, you know, to get a different perspective. So I asked my husband, but he's not very comfortable on camera, which is fair enough. Not a lot of people are. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but yeah, having someone to have a chat with about certain things, I think that could be really cool. I have gone live the other week for the first time. I was shitting bricks. I was so scared, but it actually turned out really good. So I am planning on doing at least 2, maybe 3 lives per week if I can. I'm still just trying to get Sophie sorted and everything to make sure I can stick to a schedule, because I would like to put out a schedule in case anybody wants to tune in, then you know when to find me. So I'm kind of thinking doing a like weekday morning, like a really early morning when I'm getting ready, doing my makeup and stuff like that, so you can see how I'm getting ready live, and then we can talk about some topics. I also would like to do a Friday evening where we have a couple of drinks and chill and just talk about some stuff, and then perhaps maybe a weekend one, but I'm not completely sure about that. So Monday, a weekday and then a weeknight I would definitely want to start doing, and the weekend it's kind of like up in the air of I don't know. But I had some really good feedbacks from the live on TikTok. I gained I think it was 5 new followers as well, so that was lovely. The guys and the girls who followed me, they really enjoyed themselves in the live, and they were like, oh, you actually excuse me, oh, you're actually pretty cool, so I'll give you a follow, and then, you know, keep up with you and let us know when you're live next and all that. So yeah, it was actually quite enjoyable. There's a lot of people who were coming and going, but there was quite a few of people who just stuck around for quite some time. Actually, I think it was 18 plus minutes. So the live, I did it for an hour and a half, and yeah, we kind of gone through a lot of different topics. There was a couple of them that got a bit heated, obviously due to the topic that we're talking about, one of them being abortion. And but yeah, all in all, it went really well. So I'm actually looking forward to doing that again. I think that's about it from me, you guys. So yeah, that's basically what's been happening for the past 2 weeks. And yeah, so any suggestions as to what sort of videos you guys like to see, or if there's anything in particular that you would like me to talk about, just let me know in the comment section below. Apart from that, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Have the best day ever, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.